Hey guys, it's Qantas1 here, and today I'm at Honolulu International Airport and I'll be flying with Jetstar on their Boeing 787-8 Dreamliner from here to Sydney. So let's go ahead inside and check in. So now we have just checked into our Jetstar flight to Sydney, and now we are on our way to customs and security, and on the way here is a board of all the flights, and we're going to be JQ4. So obviously I didn't film anything at security or customs, but we have gone through both, and now we are in the beautiful open air terminals that are at Honolulu Airport, and here is some cool aircraft that we walked past onto our gate. So there is a Delta 767-300, and next to that is an Alaskan Airlines 737 MAX 9. So now we are on our way to our gate, and we just stopped at Starbucks on the way there, but it was horrendous. We had to wait like 45 minutes to get a coffee. But anyway, here is a few Southwest aircraft we walked past. This one at the front is a MAX 8, and I think the other ones behind are MAX 8s as well. But anyway, not before long, here is our aircraft today. It is a 9-year-old Jetstar 787-8 Dreamliner VH-VKH. So we won't be boarding our flight to Sydney just yet. So we just finished our stuff from Starbucks, and now we are on our way to check into like a room, and then from that room we will board the aircraft. So it's like its own separate room. You have to show a boarding pass and a passport, and then you can go into the room to then board your flight. So here we are inside that room, so only passengers flying on this flight can go in. But now it is time to board our aircraft.
By seeking harmony, pleasant, humble, and patient.
If we're in the same spot, no problem. No? Only you and me, you know. We don't have.
Oo, yung mga veterans. Have a nice flight. You guys
See you next year when the dollar's okay.
So here is my seat for this 10-hour journey, row 50, and my seat is 50A with a beautiful view of the wing. But anyway, now it is time to go through the seat features. So you have pretty good leg room, but at the end of the day it is Jetstar, so not probably as much as Qantas. You have a seat pocket in front of you to put your belongings, a tray table that folds down and extends back and forth, a USB-C charger port and a headphone jack, and a pretty big in-flight entertainment screen and dimmable windows because it is the 787. Here is the Jetstar 787 safety card, double-sided, and I thought I'd show you. Now in the seat pocket in front of me there were two menus. There was one for domestic flights and one for international flights. So for this flight only the international menu really mattered.
We will have for takeoff. To support that you are familiar with safety features of this Boeing 787 aircraft, this phone recommend of course to you and carefully.
Hello again. We want you to have a safe and enjoyable flight. So please ensure your personal electronic devices are in the flight safe mode or otherwise completely switched off. Your carry-on baggage and larger electronic devices should now be placed either under the seat in front of you or in an overhead locker. Check that your seat back is upright, your tray table is stowed away, and your arm and headrests are lowered. The seatbelt sign above you will be illuminated whenever you must have your seatbelt fastened. To fasten your seatbelt, clip the buckle and clasp, and pull on the loose strap to tighten. Undo the seatbelt by lifting the buckle flap. The seatbelt is most effective when worn low, tight, and throughout the entire flight at the emergency exit. If we need to leave the aircraft quickly, taking your personal items with you will slow you down, so please leave everything behind. If a mask like this appears from above you, quickly put it over your mouth and nose, and breathe normally. The flow of oxygen is initiated when you start breathing into the mask. Keep the mask in place by fitting and tightening the strap, and then help others around you.
sweating and incidents are unlimited on board. We also recommend that you keep your seatbelt fastened when you are seated. When opening an overhead locker in flight, please be careful that others, such as water bottles, don't fall out, causing injury to you or fellow travelers. In about 20 minutes' time, the cabin crew will be coming through the cabin to begin our service. Start with pre-purchase meals for those customers who have made a purchase during their booking, and followed by Jetstar kiosk service. You will find many of your seat pockets which contains a variety of options. We accept all major credit cards. Please be mindful that we do require the physical card for your purchase today. Please now sit back, relax, and enjoy today's flight. Thank you.
So not before long, we are already on our way up to our initial cruising altitude of 38,000 feet. And on our way up, I thought I would test out the 787 dimmable windows. So they have quite a few settings, and this was one of the lower settings. But I did try out all the settings, and the darkest setting you could go actually got surprisingly dark. But now I'm just yet to try out how the A350 compares. So hopefully I'll be able to fly on the A350 soon. So here we're about a little way into our flight, and the crew have dimmed all the windows, so the cabin is pretty dark. It was almost like we were flying at night. But here is our progress so far. So we're a few hours into our flight. I was going to show you how full the cabin was, but I'll have to show you that later because it was too dark to tell. So it is currently 10:51 Honolulu time. And here is what I'm going to eat. So I'm just going to eat some original Pringles and have some water until I order a meal later on. So now here we are flying through some high level cloud at 38,000 feet, and we did hit some turbulence as well, but I wouldn't call it anywhere near close to severe. It was just pretty mild turbulence. I've definitely had worse, but it was still like you could still feel, and it was still a bit unsteady, but nothing too severe, thankfully. So now we're about 5 hours into our 10-hour journey, and here is a bit of a video of the cabin. So we weren't too full. I'd say we were about 70 to 80% full. So not that full, but still pretty reasonably busy. So here we are again, hitting some pretty mild turbulence. This time it was a little bit more severe than the turbulence we had a few hours ago, but still nothing serious, just still pretty mild. You can definitely see the wing flapping around a bit there, but I could definitely tell this aircraft handled turbulence quite a bit better than like the A320s or 737s or even E190s I've been on. It definitely, I think, absorbed the turbulence more than those other aircraft. So now we are climbing up to our last cruising altitude of 40,000 feet, and here is a tour of the lavatory. So this is the economy lavatory at the back, and this is my rating. So you have 2 coat hooks, one on the left and one on the right. It was surprisingly clean and no rubbish left at all, so a pretty good lavatory for Jetstar. So now here is the international menu, and I'm just browsing at what I would like to have. This is about 3 hours before landing, so I'm going to order the Caesar wrap and give a review on the Caesar wrap. So not before long, we called the cabin crew and they brought it over straight away. This is a chicken Caesar wrap, and the turbulence finally stopped, so I could actually enjoy the wrap without like my water spilling. So, if you can believe it, we are now here for the third time hitting some mild turbulence, but it is a 10-hour flight and we are flying over the Pacific, so there tend to be quite a few storms and just weather systems, but yet again, nothing too severe and just pretty mild turbulence. So now the turbulence has gone away and it is pretty smooth sailing from here. So, hold on, what does this say on the screen? Subscribe to Qantas One. Oh, would you look at that? I wonder who put that in there. But it isn't lying, so remember to subscribe because I would really appreciate it. And it will help me out a lot to grow my channel and to be able to do some more trip reports. But anyway, now we're only about an hour and a half from landing and I ordered it was absolutely amazing. It was a Schweppes blood orange and mango sparkling water. It was very, very good, but obviously not as good as my favourite brand of sparkling water, which is bubbly sparkling water. So if you just Google that and buy it, I tell you it is the best sparkling water ever. You have to try it. So now we have started our descent from 40,000 feet into Sydney International Airport, and our runway we will be landing on will be 16 right, but we're actually going to do a flyover. We're going to fly over the airport and then turn right, and then right again to come in for 16 right. So now it is finally time to conclude this trip report. So today I was flying with Jetstar on their Boeing 787-8 Dreamliner from Honolulu International Airport to Sydney International Airport. The check-in process at Honolulu International Airport was very quick and easy. We got there a bit early, so it was very quick and there was like no one there. The staff were kind the whole way at the check-in and the cabin crew. They were very nice, very helpful, and willing to help us in anything we needed. The price for this flight was pretty cheap, and that is because it is Jetstar. And if I were to do this flight again in the future, I probably would fly Qantas or Hawaiian Airlines, but that is just my opinion. And Jetstar, I think, is still a very good option for like families or couples wanting to fly to Hawaii and back for cheap prices, but still have the amenities. But then yet at the end of the day, I still find that Jetstar can add up to be quite expensive because they don't include baggage or food, whereas Qantas and Hawaiian do. So really you could just fly Qantas and it'd probably end up being close to the same price because you don't have to pay for the extras. But thank you guys so much for watching this trip report, and I'll talk to you guys after the landing. So please just enjoy the cloudy but beautiful approach into Sydney Kingsford Smith Airport.
Welcome to Sydney. The local time is 5 minutes past 3 in the afternoon. Firstly,
So now we have finally touched down at Sydney International Airport. Now, I do apologise for the bad quality of the video at the end of the landing there. That's just because of the reverse thrust. It sprayed the water all over my window, so it made it go really foggy. But here we are just waiting on the taxiway. We had to wait about 20 to 30 minutes because there was an aircraft currently using the gate that we required, so we just had to wait for them to push back and depart, and then we could take their parking spot.
Cabin crew to start the doors, please. Thank you for your assistance.
So now we've just gone through security and customs, and now we're going to head down to the underground train system to catch the train from the international to the domestic terminal. But just before we do that, we're going to go to the baggage claim to collect our luggage and then head on down to the underground train system. So now we're going to board the train that takes us to the domestic terminal. But anyway, this is going to be the end of my trip report, so I really hope you guys enjoyed this one. And don't forget to like, subscribe and turn notifications so you don't miss out on a video. And Qantas One out. So now, as this trip report comes to an end, I'd like to give a big shout out to some of my subscribers, like Ronnie Cashman, Raf is Awesome, Maxi_Taxi, RQ Caleb, No Name, Ches A, Question Gaming, Levi the Gamer, Johnny Boy 0926, Riley the Gamer, Mastermind MC Zone, Cafe 001, Ben's Aviation, and Outdoor Planes and Trains. Now that is just a few of my subscribers, and I'd like to give a big shout out to all of my subscribers. But thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.